Be back. We might be back soon. The internet may be back. Ghost, we're gonna wait on you to hear if the Wi-Fi is back or if the internet is back. Dun dun dun.
It's got green. That means it's.
Yeah, it's got green. So hypothetically, we should be up and running soon.
Fucking Comcast.
Good lord.
If only we had
If only there was a Comcast business guy that could stop by and tell us, hey, if you got any problems with your Comcast, shoot me a text. Jesus Christ.
Don't we have business?
Yes. And it's, do you know why?
Shame on you, Comcast.
Yes, shame. Okay.
Shame on you.
Okay, all right, so we're going to get back to the quick shifter segment. We officially paused it at the 3-second mark on the MV Augusta and KTM news. Okay, we are officially starting it. Everybody get your bingo cards out because that is a pause on the quick shifter segment. And I'm really excited about this.
I'm very excited about this.
I want to see more MV Augustas. Damn it, that's a whole show. Goes put that on a note. Oh shit, the Swappable Battery Motorcycle Consortium SBMC is up to 20 plus members. When you're talking members, that's companies, right?
Right.
Holy shit.
I don't necessarily love the idea of calling them a consortium. It sounds very evil empire.
Yeah, it does sound like big group of old white dudes.
There's some stuff here that I like. There's some stuff here I don't know what it is.
Swappable batteries. That's the future.
Batteries.
That's literally what we talk about.
There are some big names on there.
We love electrics, and we talk about swappable batteries.
Polaris is on there now.
Yamaha's on there. Good. Suzuki. Good job, Suzuki.
they try.
Keep fighting. KTM and Kawasaki also. That's you.
Royal Enfield and BMW see strong sales in the UK in August 2022 with the Meteor 350 and R1250 GS. Likely spiked with the news of SmartCon happening.
Of course. I'll save it for another episode. Never mind.
Bro, I'm curious about the Meteor because it is one of the more popular ones.
I can't lie. I don't know what has happened recently, but I've got renewed interest in two ADV bikes that I haven't talked about on the show before.
Interesting.
Another episode. And that's a quick shifter segment, but we got post credits. You're fucking right. We do.
Like a Marvel movie.
It is. That's my favorite part, honestly, of Marvel movies and quick shifter. Goes, can you add one more boo every week?
Don't.
Healthy to... Oh, shit. Here we go.
I am very curious about this.
I'm terrified at this. I was at Publix buying salad shit earlier. Man, I do be chomping on salad these days. I could run laps in the shop. I am 34 years old. I have done physical labor for 3 days straight. I'm exhausted.
Eat salad. Be as healthy as Chase.
Oh, who's Chase? The chubby guy to the right.
Meanwhile, this 40-year-old who exists on pure fat and salt is doing like fucking squat, like standing jumps onto things, and you're like, what are you doing?
Hold on, we get more. Oh, uh-oh.
Nice. I just love that it stares at you.
I know, it's almost scary. Hold your butts. Wait, we still have time.
Wait, you got? Is this?
Hold on, you never know. If we're,
yeah, we just got. Yeah,
that's hilarious. We watched until the last second.
We had to.
Here's the thing. I'd have to get this off my chest real quick. As healthy as I eat so many fucking vegetables. I barely eat meat, and your ass. I'm sorry, you eat terribly from what I see.
I eat like a fucking scavenger mammal.
You stopped eating burgers for 3 days, and you lost like 5 pounds. And I'm not going to lie.
I lost more than that, but...
In our entire relationship, I've never wanted to punch you in the face more. I spend
You're built like a woman.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, fuck you for the evil level of... Look at him. His face is even more red. Go fuck yourself.
You're bitching about the same thing that my wife bitches about.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If the world ever comes to an end and your body has to hold on to calories, bro, I'm set. you're gonna be like just shriveled up somewhere. I'm gonna be fine.
I'm just gonna be. I'm petrified. I'm got the Rolling Stones diet, so like my insides are nice and fermented and solidified. So I'll live
Christ.
to like. I'll probably outlive everybody I know, and it's gonna be one of those things where we're gonna be like. It's like, this is Beau, and he's celebrating his 120th birthday. What's your secret? I'm like, I smoke a cigar a day, and I eat 14 hamburgers and drink Dr. Pepper.
I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I have going for me, I think, is that my grandma is like 85 and like in great health, which I'm extremely thankful for. And I'm like, please, for the love of God, have those genes.
Andy pointed out something is Beau at SmortCon buys Cliff Bar. This Cliff Bar sucks. Keeps eating it. That's the way I do food.
Y'all, so we were at ADV Fest. He had some sort of peanut thing. It was not a bar by the time he ate it. By the time he ate it, we had rode all day. It had melted into a glob. We ate lunch. We literally rode 30 minutes to the camp, and then he ate that because he was hungry.
No, I just needed to replenish energy. Peanuts are a good source of B vitamins.
Meanwhile, I'm over here reading books on fasting and how to live longer, and you're like, I'm going to eat less burgers.
Yeah, I'm going to shovel whatever is in front of me. I am one of those people, I will literally, if I order something and it arrives wrong, I'll be mad, but I'll still eat everything.
Oh, I'll do that too. Yeah, I'm a trash human for sure.
Yeah, like raccoon.
Lord God. All right, we should probably get to housekeeping. So, guys, it has been... oh, shit, sorry. I totally forgot we had audio. Housekeeping. What's been going on around the shop this week? We're kind of at a point where some shows that we can't really talk about what we're doing because it's so far ahead of time, and there's important news that we can't talk about. So I'm not going to talk about what happened in the first.
We have been time traveling a bit.
Yeah, it's God.
We did a lot of recording in rapid successon, so we are way far ahead in certain things than
it's gonna be very obvious when we're talking about it, but I mean, it is what it is. So some stuff's ahead of time. Can't really talk about that. We did put a Tracer video out this week, and I know you guys are probably like, didn't you guys give the Tracer 9 GT back a while ago?
Yes.
Correct. But what we did is, while we had the bike, we had a video recorded, and then shit just got crazy for a while. So it was like, we'll just hold on to that recording and use it as a whenever we have a week that a video needs to come out that we need to edit quickly, we'll do that. Turns out that was this week. But it's a really cool video. We basically played the game of a Tracer 9 GT is 15 grand. It's a lot of cash. An MT09, which is what the Tracer 9 GT is based on, is only $9,500, so there's like a $5,500 price gap. So the video we did was, can you build a Tracer 9 GT out of an MT09 using online parts? So it's a really interesting little thought experiment. I think the video came out pretty cool for what it was. So if you guys are into touring, I think you'll gain a lot from that video. We're going to talk about some of the things in that video actually today.
Yeah.
If you have an MT09, also a really good person to watch that video. You might find some stuff that you didn't know existed.
What else we got? We got a first ride coming out.
First ride coming out tomorrow of a 2017 KTM Super Duke 1290 GT.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about it because I will spoil the shit out of that first ride, but definitely one to watch. I was really excited about that. What else? We got a really cool video coming out next week with the locks.
Mm-hmm.
We won't talk about that, but let's just say we've got like 9 motorcycle locks here in the shop, and after we film, we probably will not have.
We might have one.
We might have one. That's all we'll say for that. And we got some. We're actually ahead of time on first rides right now. Oh, it's being good. We're not ahead of time. We're on time.
Yes.
We are currently 2 weeks ahead of time with first ride filming.
Yeah.
Which is it puts a calm in me. It makes me very excited. That's housekeeping. What else is happening?
Today is my Friday.
Today is your Friday. You're off tomorrow. I'm going to be solo manning the shop, shooting locks and riding bikes tomorrow.
Yep.
It's going to be a good time.
I'll be riding and going.
Do you want to talk about where you're going?
To a wedding? Yeah, I can go. I'm not saying like where it is or how to get there. Jesus. I'm
going to a wedding. Here's the address.
Carolyn Doodle on a motorcycle. Had a private ceremony for her wedding and is doing like a reception thing.
Very cool.
And so gonna go out there, and have some food and hang out. I always like hanging out with her. And then I said, fuck it. On the way back, I'm just going to go camping up in North Georgia. It's on my way back.
We can show your camp bag.
I've got my bug out bag.
I think people will be shocked by your camp bag.
I want...
That's an accessory.
I want to show it, but I'm going to do a bag dump with Chase T.
Okay.
To compare like what we carry with us and like why.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Because I think it's always interesting. Like this is my setup with everything that I think I'll want and need. And then from here, I remove things.
Right.
And so that will get smaller over time or larger, depending on how.
It will grow or shrink, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like me.
So, like, I've got that bag fully ready to go to where I grab it and I just throw it on the back of the bike and it's ready. So, I'm going to be passing through the mountains. So, I said, you know what?
Porcano Los Y.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yep. What else? I think that's it. I think that's it for the housekeeping stuff. That's kind of where we're at. We've got some fun videos coming up. Heather and I will be shooting a wedding on Saturday, so me and you will be both at weddings this weekend.
Yeah, one of us will be having more fun.
I have a great time with shooting weddings with Heather. I know it sounds like a ton of work, but like getting to work with your wife in an area where she's just like, I'm the fucking boss. Here's what we do. I dig it. I like it a lot.
Chase is a sub.
I sub to that, whatever that means. All right, so I think that's enough preamble. Is there anything else we need to talk about before we get to accessories? I don't think so. No. Okay, cool. So that's all what's happening around the shop, guys. There's a lot, always, but it's a good time. We have a good time here. So, accessories. So we should probably clarify what an accessory is. Because, like, that's... Because there's so much shit you can buy, and it's like, what's considered an accessory? So, gear is not in this list. Boots, pants... gloves, jacket, helmet.
Right.
We're not talking about gear because that's not an accessory. You should wear all of those things, including a helmet. If you don't wear a helmet while you ride, you are stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That is my personal opinion, but I feel very strongly about it. Please do not ride with that helmet on. Please,
you live in a place that tells you, oh, you don't have to wear a helmet, and you've made the decision to not wear a helmet. I feel little sympathy for you if something happens. So that's just personal opinion.
I just want you to think about what's going to happen if and when you wreck and your head gets...
To be fair, the kind of people that would say, hey, I'm not going to wear a helmet on this motorcycle aren't probably thinking of what's going to happen. I don't think that's in there.
Fair point.
Yeah, okay.
Fair point. Okay. So that's it. It's not gear, and we're not going to be talking about too many major components as far as like things to install on your bike. As you guys can see, the stuff we're talking about is kind of tiny.
I don't think that counts in the accessories department as far as like any mods you do to your bike, those kind of stay with the bike.
Yeah, let's call those bike mods.
Yeah.
If you're going to modify something on your bike, accessories have to be attached to the motorcycle or in some way or something like that. Okay, so first off, I mean, you're holding them. Yeah. So, and I think as a guy that rides a shit ton,
this has changed my entire life. These are loop earplugs.
Earplugs in general is the accessory, but
years ago I started wearing earplugs, and the fatigue that I didn't realize I was getting from just wind noise.
If you hold them up, they should be able to see them. They're super tiny.
They're super tiny, but these things are like earbuds, the way that they have the silicone tips. But the cool thing about loops is that they have a hole in the inside of the actual loop. You can't see that because it's black, but there's a hole inside there, and I think I just pulled out. It's called a mute. That hole, it reduces the overall decibel level by a certain amount, but it lets you hear clearly when people are talking.
Right.
And if you put the little mute in, it covers that hole, and it reduces it even more. These things are like killer, and I cannot ride without them.
They are only like $30 on Amazon. Fun fact with those,
best earplugs I've had is
bar none.
When I was in the Mojave, we were sleeping in like shipping container hotel, right in the middle of the desert, and a doodle was my neighbor, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and preemptively apologize. I snore like a man 3 times my size. She's like, oh, it's fine. And the next morning, she's like, oh, you do snore. And I was like, I have a fresh set of loops. I haven't opened them. They are yours if you want them. And then she was like, oh, these are great.
Right.
They're amazing. I wear the foam ones when I sleep if my wife is snoring.
Well, so I was gonna say one. They're only $35, $30. Like I think they even have a model that's like $20.
Yeah.
So I don't think we as riders generally realize how much noise is happening while we're riding. And if you don't take care of that, it will ruin your hearing.
I don't know.
Truly.
Not even just that. It wasn't until I started wearing earplugs that it was just wind noise. The amount of fatigue that I felt meant that I was riding for shorter periods of time without being exhausted.
Yeah.
Like this, we rode 7 hours out to Tennessee, and I was perfect. Except for my
so like safety wise, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. But as far as accessories that if you guys don't have, I'm literally telling you, like, buy them right now. Just because they're cheap enough to where, like, they're comfortable. Like, when we were doing ADV stuff, you can literally wear those all day. Yeah. Which some earplugs, like, if they're too, like, puffy or whatever, you do get, like, fatigue and, like, I can't deal with pain or pressure points while I'm riding. It totally distracts me. So having a pair of earplugs that are customizable,
like, literally,
and cheap. And you can use them in other, like you said, like when we were doing the ADV stuff, I used mine the night I was sleeping.
We both were using our loop.
You say you snore, I need to sleep. So I actually wore them.
He snores like the quiet little mouse, which is somehow more annoying. That it's just less tiny. It's a tiny.
I was gonna say thank you, but fuck you now.
It's a tiny little snore.
Oh.
And I snore like a big old fatty fat.
I don't know if you snore because I had loops in.
Yeah, we both put our loops in and both slept through the alarm.
Fun fact, the first time I've ever slept through an alarm was when I had loops in. But so they're so comfortable and they go into your ear so they don't get caught when you pull your helmet down.
Yeah.
They are super comfortable. I use those when Heather and I are shooting weddings. And if there's like a band or something where the music is just grossly loud, a lot of the times us as photographers, I'm up towards the band, and I have to walk past those giant like 8-foot amplifier things.
Yeah,
I got loops in, bro. I feel like I'm invincible. I can just walk past.
These are honestly, and the cool thing about this is, these are standard, like earbud tips. Right? There's nothing special about them. So I have a pair of really nice silicone tips that I had from like an old high-end set of earbuds for listening to music. Those things are broken.
Yeah.
But the tips are really nice, and almost all of them are universal.
That's really cool.
And so if you, because I saw somebody's comment in, even with the largest tip, it's too small for its ear. I was like, if you've got a pair of earbuds that fit, and
take the tip off,
you should be able to take the tip off or order a replacement tip for it.
Yeah,
and they should fit on here because it's standard as for earbud sizes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. But these are like, I don't go anywhere without these.
And they come with a little carrying case that you can put on your keys or something. I have mine on my MT10.
I literally throw these in my watch pocket.
Yep. Yeah, it's legit.
Yeah.
So that was good that. That's good that we
fly is
they're killing us. Okay, so that's earbuds. I know we talked a lot about those, but I mean,
it's
super important, and they're cheap.
You don't understand how important it is until you start riding with it. Because the other thing that is, we have so much stuff on the table. The other thing that you don't realize that you need,
until you ride with noise into your ears,
is a communicator system that can connect to your phone. Riding with music.
Okay, so officially we're moving to the next accessory.
Yeah.
Bluetooth helmet setup.
Yes.
My God.
Whatever you use, Cardo.
We use Cardo. We have a link that you guys can use that helps the show. They are a show sponsor, but
I'm super glad they are because they're a superior product.
Absolutely. But like, so we're talking about the Cardo Edge. You certainly don't need the highest end, the Cardo Edge. We love the shit out of it. Oh, Ghost is killing the links. Thank you, Ghost. So, guys, the Cardo Edge is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But that's not what the accessory is.
Yeah.
The accessory is a way to get Bluetooth into your helmet.
I think my first
can
one
use
was like
any
the
company.
SMH5 or something back in the day.
There's a lot. Supposedly, there's a lot of Chinese brands and shit. I can't attest for those. I haven't used those. But in the past, we've used Senna's. Yeah. We find Cardos amazing. Yeah. You guys don't realize how amazing it is to ride and either be able to get on a phone call or listen to music
Yeah,
at
if
the
you
same
ride
time.
solo, it's great because you can listen to music and like let the time pass. But
Honestly, it changed. It's one of the few things on this table that changed the way I rode. It changed riding for me, because when I could ride, and I don't really listen to podcasts or anything while I ride, but music, I can get in a vibe. Like, I can just go. If I need to ride for a long period of time, I don't think I'd be able to without music.
I tell you what did it for me is riding in a group is so riding in a group, say a 4-hour trip
Yeah,
feels shorter than riding by yourself for a 4-hour trip.
absolutely.
And it feels even shorter when you've got people you're talking to. Like the trip up to Tennessee, it was like 6.5 hours, right? 7 hours, something like that. Yeah. I don't think I would have ever done that without something in my ear, like music or something. But like we were all connected the entire time, and just hooting and hollering and having a good time and laughing and stuff, and that made that time go by a lot faster.
So I do realize we are the first thing we talked about is things that stop noise, and now we're talking about things that give you noise. These things are used in conjunction.
Yeah.
So the loops are going to take out the monotonous bullshit noise that's going to fuck your earring up. The Bluetooth is going to let you listen to, talk to friends, have music playing.
The earplugs will help
conjunction.
A lot of the problem with listening to music in a helmet is that most of the time you're cranking it in order to hear it over the wind noise. And if you can reduce the wind noise, you can turn down your music and still hear it clearly.
Yep.
I hear my shit clearly. I keep mine at like half volume now.
Yeah. Well, especially on the edge, we're privileged, so we get the nicest shit. But
it's so much nicer to be able to kind of fine tune that. I've been on phone calls.
That's actually a hack. You don't have to get the nicest cardo. You could get loops, and then you don't have to crank it up so much. So you don't need
spend the extra money to get the JBL speakers. It's
it is
so worth it. Dude.
If you want bass at all,
well, it's just clarity at high volume.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. Like I've blown so many speakers because you've heard the music I listen to. It's noise.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
I'm just looking at this table like Jesus Christ. Okay, so next up we're going to talk about
absolutely have to have
phone mounts. This is another we're talking about all the sponsors up front, but
get it out of the way.
They link together. Okay, so
they're sponsors.
We only accept them as sponsors because their product is legit.
When they reached out, and I think we reached out to Quadlock, didn't we?
No, Quadlock came
that's
to us.
right.
Cardo is who we were like,
we reached out
will
to
you
Cardo.
please sponsor
but
us?
all of them, or we're going here like, we were literally, weeks before we got the sponsorship for this, going like, I wish we could get a sponsorship from like
Absolutely.
Quadlock. We literally said that in the shop, and I was like, because they're fucking awesome.
My two favorite sponsors currently are Quadlock and Cardo, just because like they are the product that I would buy if I wasn't sponsored by them.
100%.
So Quadlock, again, it's a sponsor, but what we're talking about is a phone mount.
Yeah.
So we love Quadlocks because, I mean, we're not going to go into an entire thing about Quadlocks, but
I would suggest just doing research. There's several companies that have retention mechanisms that are more sturdy than like the RAM mount. The RAM mount is just
to be fair. I got one of the RAM mounts that didn't lose a phone.
I've lost
apparently
2 phones in the 10 years I've been riding.
I've never heard of someone that has had as good of luck with RAM mounts as I have. Every time I would go to a meetup, everybody would see the RAM mount on my bike and be like, why are you using a RAM mount? And I'm like,
bro,
it's worked good for me.
WR with a fucking RAM mount. And
bro, and I'm wheeling and everything. The phone went nowhere. But supposedly with RAM mounts are the ones that kind of friction mount. A lot of people have issues where their phones fly off. With the Quadlock, I can show you guys with my phone. So Quadlock is, you get a phone case from Quadlock, and the phone just kind of, here, you guys will be able to hear it. Hold on. So it locks in there, and it can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I dropped a Pan Am with it on a rocky hill, and it did fine. So the other thing to consider when you're looking at phone mounts is some sort of vibration dampening.
Yeah, because it will fuck your phone up. So your phone has a little vibration thing inside the lens. But
so the stabilization on the cameras now, they also use a mechanical like spring to help alleviate, like a Z-axis stabilizer, right? Yeah. And that spring can get damaged, and then your camera
What is
will not work.
hilarious is there's a couple times when I used to have the RAM mount where I would go into phone mode and I was being lazy because I didn't want to take it off the RAM mount, and I would try to take a photo with my phone on
And
the
you get
RAM
the
mount, and it goes, and it's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Because the phone doesn't look like it's vibrating.
No.
It's all the micro vibration from the
and that stuff
the bike.
will, especially with the newer phones with better cameras and better stabilization built in.
Right.
Just do some research. Find one with a good secure locking mechanism. That's why we like Quad Lock. I know Rockform does something similar like that.
Don't know anything about those guys, but
the new Peak design does something similar.
Peak design, getting into it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The cool thing about Quad Locks, real quick, vibration isolator thing, which is this little guy right here.
Wireless charger, like I
Wireless
have mine.
charger. Yours is super set up. I'm not setting mine up until
Stem mount. It works great. We've used that.
Quad Lock. So if you guys notice on first rides, we install a Quad Lock on every bike we do a first ride on. There's no bike you cannot
Mirror
install
stem mount, handlebar mount,
fork stem mount.
Yeah.
Or is that what you first said? And then mirror and then bar mount, which is kind of like what this guy is.
Yeah.
So plenty of mounting up. There's no bike out there that you can't mount a Quad Lock to in some form.
Every time.
Yeah. If the bike goes down, that's where your phone and Quad Lock are going to be.
Can confirm.
Can confirm. we have pressure tested it. I'm sorry, Harley.
Yeah. And I dumped my my Tiger in a
Old Tigris
in a creek with it, and it did fine.
You've been doing extensive Quad Lock. We didn't even think about it. But yeah, so generally the accessory is a phone mount. When I get a phone call, if I don't know who's calling me, there's no fucking chance. But like, if my wife's calling, I want to know.
I will say the only thing that does suck, and we ran into this with certain phones, don't have cases, and you have to get like the.
We did notice that.
So,
yeah.
So and it's going to be true no matter who you get it from.
If you're gonna do a phone mount that has the locking mechanism, you're going to have either a case or some sort of attachment.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to be beneficial to have one of the more up-to-date phones. I do not have an updated iPhone. I think it's like an 11 or 10. I don't know. But a phone mount, they're not really that expensive depending on the one you get. But don't buy a cheap one because you're going to put your phone at risk. So,
or if you don't want to use your phone.
Or if you don't want to use your phone, so this is really for you to talk about, but a GPS unit, depending on the type of riding you're doing. If you're going to be doing mostly on asphalt where you're going to have reception, you're probably best off with a phone. In which case you'll need the Quad Lock.
I actually use this in general. Like so this is a Garmin. This is the Zumo XT. We did a video on this.
We did.
I've been putting it through its paces and trying out all the features.
So Beau actually got a mount that goes onto his Tiger. So like before we were filming, I was like, Beau, do you have the Garmin with you? It's literally attached to your bike.
Yeah, it's attached to the headstock of the bike. This is really cool. I've been using it. The way that the Garmin works is, one, you can load up different maps to be as the overlay. So a guy, the Rock House Moto that I was telling you about, he has maps that are just for like off-road stuff. So you can load it, select it, and show. So that's pretty cool. So if you download a map online for your area that shows certain things, like,
and you can load the GPX files in
you can
here,
load GPX files, you can track, you can plug and pull that link he sent me. He sent me a link of the ride we did for the Triumph ride last Sunday, because I was like really enamored with that little area.
Yeah, you were talking about a lot of that this week.
It just saves the route, your ride. Just regardless, you can go in there and be like, oh, I rode this, I can stitch that together. But the coolest thing that I learned in the last week or so is that using the Garmin app, if I just search for what I'm looking for and hit go, it just sends it to this thing, and it can be up here, and then I can just worry about music and phone calls down here. So that's super helpful, but it is really good for getting those GPX files of, like, say, BDRs and off-road tracks and things like that, loading it up here, and then what are you doing? I'm
going to plug my laptop in with this cable that we bought that we don't need.
Oh, okay. It's going to die. I like being able to take those, because there's people out there who that's all they do is they spend time, making these routes for people.
Yep.
And you can just pick them up, load them in here, and then off you go. So I've been using the shit out of this. I'm going to be using it this weekend for my little loop that I'm going to be doing.
So the more you've used, I know when we were doing ADV
but this
Fest,
also has iOverlander and all these camping things, and like you can search using like all the. It's so cool.
Have you enjoyed that more the more you used it? Because I know we were a little frustrated with it on ADV Bros. That first episode, but like
now that I understand how
for like a week,
how the difference between like the navigation and the track works.
Right.
I love it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool that you keep using like the fact that you have it mounted on your bike now and keep using it. Like if you didn't like it, we just wouldn't fucking use it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
and
cool.
if I don't want to use my phone for like in-town stuff, then I've got my little cubby underneath my rear seat that plugs directly into my bike, so then I can just sit it and forget it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So
you don't need a GPS. It's just nice to have.
It's super helpful for that. Like that's the whole point. We want to show people like stuff that we've ended up getting and we still use. So speaking of big adventures, let's talk about. We got a lot of adventure stuff. Let's talk about tools. The go-to tool roll is this Stockton Tool Company.
Big old.
This has been in so many fucking videos that we've made because like I was talking, like we were sitting at the table talking about this. I like past this wall, there is thousands of dollars in tools. It's not a brag. I'm just saying there's lots of tools. But I'm not gonna take the tools from my shop that I need to do stuff on my bike to put in my motorcycle. So like even if you have a lot of tools at the house, and this stuff is like cheap. I want to say it's like $50. So here's the thing. You get the Stockton Tool thing. It has, you guys can't read this, but it's got tons of stuff in it.
Literally everything.
But as you guys can see, it is a thickish boy, right? It's a pretty big bag. If you, this is not put this in your book bag. Right, this is attach this to your motorcycle.
Just look at the size difference between this.
Yeah, so what we recommend doing is, this is cheap enough to buy, but what you do is you buy a small tool roll like Beau did.
This is a Kriega.
So Beau actually bought this thing, took the tools out that he needs, because when you have a bike, you know what tools you need for your bike to do the things you're going to do off the side of the road. This big guy turns into just the necessities over here. Yeah,
I have just the things I need. I know that my bike will take like these 5 sizes of Allens. These sockets, they're specific size. I've got a socket wrench and extension and an adjustable wrench, vice grips, and up here I've got zip ties. You can never have enough zip ties. I've also got safety wire, electrical tape, and a couple of fuses.
And the cool thing about this, so
it reduces the weight and the size of this drastically. And then I also keep my 19 to I can adjust my my suspension.
We have a tool roll just for the camera car, okay? And 19 is one of the clutch things. So guys, if you're low on cash, here's what I recommend doing: buy this guy, use it as you need. Find what you need, and then when you find that one thing that this doesn't have, grab that off Amazon, and then you slowly build that tool roll up. But this is going to get you for like 90% of.
And there's also like more expensive kits.
For sure.
You can go on Revzilla, and most of these companies will make a manufacturer specific. So you can be like, this is a Triumph tool roll.
Especially if the manufacturer has like really weird shit, because I know Triumph has a lot of torque stuff, right? So make sure to look up the kit. If you guys want a kit that's going to cover 90% of the stuff, though, the Stockton thing, it's solid. I will say the tools aren't the greatest tools, but that you're paying $50.
When you're out, when you're out and you need it, and you're like sitting there. So like the next thing on the list, this plus this.
Before we get into that, we do need to run.
But like these, go ahead and pull this to the side, because this is what we're going. This is this stuff that like, hopefully you'll never need it.
But we've literally had to use it on. Okay, so let's jump to an ad real fast, and then we've got the other stuff that is literally going to save your ass, as it did us. So, what's going on, guys? This episode of Live on Ontwowheels is brought to you by Revzilla's RPM membership. What that is basically a membership program that only costs $60 a year, not a month, but a year, and you get a ton of rewards from it. It's kind of like Amazon Prime for Revzilla. So if you're buying a lot of motorcycle gear, especially on Revzilla, this could be really interesting for you. Check out all of the things you get for this. So you're gonna get free 2-day shipping and returns. You're gonna get 10% off exclusive brands. You're gonna get 5% cash back, period. Also, for you first-time members, you're gonna get $15 in cash back from the moment you get this membership. It's also gonna include early access to sales and phone lines and exclusive events. So if you're somebody that buys a ton of gear and could find a lot of value in this RPM thing, by all means, we'll have a link for you down in the description below. Thank you guys for supporting the show by going to that link, and thank you, Revzilla, for sponsoring this episode.
RPM membership also applies to Cycle Gear and J&P Cycles. There, I updated the ad.
We'll see you guys with the rest of the show.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. I'm working with a fucked up mouse.
Guys, I typically can't see this little screen off camera that I get to see what you guys are seeing. I don't get to see the little me cut off face very often, so that's funny as shit. Okay, guys, thank you for watching that ad.
It doesn't get not funny for you.
This is actually a perfect episode for that ad, though, because the RPM network. Fuck, never mind. Check it out; it's good stuff. All right, so we talked about tools. Other stuff that's going to save your ass. It's unfortunately going to happen to everybody. There's stuff on the roads. Your tires are going to get hit at some point in time. Hopefully you're not in the middle of doing an iron butt at 946 miles. But we're not going to dig into that. Tire repair kit.
Yep.
If you are stuck on the side of the road and you have a flat tire, God forbid you don't have reception, you're fucked. You're going to have to do the whole, like, I'm going to wave people down thing. You can plug your tires.
And in 2022, I don't think that'll go very well. Like, no, fuck that crazy person.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Have a tire plug kit. These things are super cheap, whether you get them off Revzilla or you get off Amazon. Like
Bike Master makes the one with the CO2 thing.
Absolutely.
I've got one of those in my bag.
We have one of those somewhere. And I
think I have that. Because I was like, I'm going to take it for when we do the off-road thing.
That's fair. So Bike Master, I would recommend those because they actually have the CO2, so it's everything. It's also a patch. Like, this is a plastic box. It's going to be a little harder to travel with that as opposed to a bag.
Yep.
But the CO2 is cool, and that would help, but this motherfucker right here, fam,
came in clutch.
We would have been in such a worse situation if it wasn't for this little Fantic tire inflator. So all it is,
there's several different companies out there making these.
Lots of companies make these. This company, we did a sponsorship deal where I think they bought an ad or something.
Yeah.
They did something like that, and they sent us the product out. But it's one of the few products that we've been sent for an ad
that we are still using.
We legit still use and saved our ass. So all you do, USB-C charger at the bottom, you plug this thing up, and it has this little screen. Like, we even keep this thing charged. They're like, this should show you guys that this was not like in a back corner and I dug it out. So you can actually change the brightness and all this kind of shit. And
it's got lights and stuff.
Okay, we're gonna stop these lights now.
Can you rip your fucking ears?
Also, inside this bag, there's other little attachments that you can plug into your motorcycle. I'm trying to fish one out so you guys can see it.
Hot tip while he's doing that, if you're off-road and you have tubeless tires, if you carry a tube that is somewhere in between your front and rear tire, if you have a hole that you can't repair with a patch kit, you can put that tube in there and then fill it with air.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
So yeah, it's got little fitments. Everything fits in the little bag. So anytime we're traveling,
super compact.
Yeah, I mean, it's, as you guys can see, like, this is the bag. It's super tiny. Well, do not go anywhere, especially if you're going local stuff. Like, this is not you take every day.
You're going on a trip.
But if you're going on a trip, even if it's a long day, if you're going to the mountains or something like that, I would highly recommend at least the.
I mean, fuck, we were at Buc-ee's in a major city.
Yeah, and we had that, which absolutely saved our butts. So kind of speaking with the long trip thing, this, as tiny as it is like this little med kit. I think I grabbed this off either Revzilla or Amazon. We've never had to use it. And I'm very thankful that that has been the situation. But, like, we do a lot of shooting. Yeah. We're out and about shooting a lot of stuff. And it's more of one of those things that I have a lot of peace of mind knowing that we have this with us in case something happens.
Important caveat to this, okay? Because you've probably seen a whole bunch of these different types and different brands of these little tiny med kits. These are like incidental things. It's got like ibuprofen and like alcohol swabs and band-aids and gauze and stuff like that. This is for like minor shit.
Yeah.
Right? If you are concerned about like trauma, they make specific kits for trauma.
We do not have any of those.
We don't have any of those. But just be forewarned. When you get these are literally bare necessities to handle things like small cuts and scrapes, bug bites, things like that.
Maybe if we start planning like really big ADV stuff, then I think we should invest in a more trauma
you could
version.
get something like this and then get it would carry a tourniquet, and then a small trauma kit. But if you're concerned about like accidents, like we used to, this is gonna sound weird, but we used to carry super glue and tampons in our side bags.
You're right. That does sound weird.
Because the original purpose of those things were for treating wounds in the war.
The original use of those?
Yeah. So tampons were created for bullet wounds.
No way.
And nurses because that's the only job they could have back then. No, I'm serious. Nurses back then were using sanitary pads.
Okay.
During menstruation. So when they were out in the field, they just that's and then some entrepreneur was like, I know how to make $1 billion, and it just became it did so well at its job.
Yeah.
And was a little bit more sanitary than sanitary napkins back in the day. And super glue was used for closing like knife wounds and stuff, scratches, because it was like a chemical suture, basically.
Right. That's
so I'd always carry a couple of those in my side bag.
But I mean,
because if you go, that's the thing you got to think about is like cuts and bruises and stuff is whatever. But when you get like a serious wound, you got to treat
need something
that.
serious. So when you guys are buying these, obviously,
sorry, Ghost. Ghost in the chat said it's good info to absorb.
Well, there's that. So, guys, when you're buying these, they're pretty cool how much can be stuffed into a tiny little bag. Yeah. So when you're getting these, obviously just buy the stuff that you feel like is going to match the kind of adventure you're going to be going on.
Yep.
But for your, like, everyday, like, just run-of-the-mill bullshit, I think these little guys are...
Hey, you know what that fits great into, right?
Are you going to pitch your Kriega side bag on your bike?
No.
What?
It looks like it's the perfect size to fit onto a tank bag.
Wow. Transition! Yeah, let's talk about tank bags, because I have one that has changed my life.
I hate you so much. This is amazing.
Guys, so when I was... back in the day, I've kind of ebbed and flowed with motorcycle storage. I went for a period where I was like, I used to have a tank bag on, I think it was like in my R6 or whatever. And then I went away from tank bags, and I've kind of drifted into book bags for a while. I say it all the time. I have a bad back. I have like a back scoliosis thing. So like my back can't really handle riding for a long period of time, much less a book bag on my back. And I have now flowed back into, tank bags are where it's at. And if you remember, on ADV Bros, one of our Pan Ams had a tank bag. Yeah, so you had the bike with a tank bag and the side bags, and then I'm sitting there watching you ride around, and I'm like, bro, that tank bag is fucking perfect. So then I stole it from you.
The old dill pickle shelf. The old nut plate.
So, not a nut plate, but yeah.
There's literally a point in that video.
I know.
Where you were like,
don't put this in the video.
Don't put this, but do you just rest your nuts on top of it?
Yes.
So
after that, I came back and I was looking for some
cashew couch.
Wow. This episode went weird. So when we got back from Adventure Bros, I was looking for a tank bag for my MT10 because I was trying to. You guys know I've kind of like dad moded my MT10, and I was looking at the tank bags, and I'm like, I come up to this company called SW Motec. And not a sponsor or anything, paid full price for this stuff. And I would pay the full price again and again and again.
Stuff.
So this specific tank bag, I don't know the model, but I do have this specific one in the description. So this little pad, I'll go to my screen or my thing. This little pad at the bottom attaches to this little thing on your gas tank, your little gas tank at the top. And when you put this on, you guys know I have a thing for magnets, and it goes and just attaches on, and it does not
just
go
like
anywhere.
the Cardo magnet. The magnet is just there for it to attach.
Yeah.
the actual attachment is the little metal bars and stuff.
Yeah, so the magnet puts it in the right spot and attaches it, but then to get it off, you have to pull this.
So you guys can see on his like right there, the little metal silver pieces. Those are the things that are actually connecting.
Yeah, this. So
and it's solid.
I love this bag so freaking much. So I took that bag when I did the 2022 MT10 launch. I rode my MT10 with my side bags up to the MT10 launch. I fit every piece of camera gear that I needed for that launch into this bag. Pull.
Because it gets bigger.
And I did. So before I expanded, I didn't expand it.
Yeah, no.
I kept all of my my photo gear, my 360 cameras, all my GoPro stuff.
Yeah.
Everything fit in here. And the only entry to it is this top little spot. And everything's held in there. Still got Advil. So I'm still ready.
Smart man. That's something you should always keep.
So here's the thing. This bag is not cheap.
No,
it is not one of the cheaper bags, but there are times where I will push people to a more expensive product. I have had no negatives with this thing, but
it also has molly webbing on the top, so you can strap other things to it. What?
So we did talk to Joe Jackson recently. He was up at the shop. We were talking about SW Motex, and he brought up a really good point. If you have one of these on a ADV bike and you ride off-road a lot where there's silt and dust in the air, the magnets will get all, like, you have to blow it with air to get all the stuff out. It gets kind of janky.
Yeah.
I would not recommend, based on that, like, it's never happened to me, but
I can tell you, I put those little 6-liter Kriegas, and they were brand new, and you saw them out there.
Yeah.
Like that, and we weren't doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
It does not take much for these things to get dirty as fuck. If you're doing that kind of riding, go for a strap system.
Yeah, so the magnet stuff is very highly recommended if you're staying on road. I cannot express to you guys how much I fucking love that shit. I love that bag. I love that bag so much that I'm like, bro, I'm an SW Motex stan.
His tank bag is.
I never got to saw the tank bag. Yeah, his tank bag.
He's got Moscow Moto, and those things. They're so good.
So yeah, if you're going off road, strap system.
There is some budget, like more budget friendly, in Giant Loop makes some, and they have the cutout for the gas tank.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
On the pad that sits there.
Okay.
So that way, all you have to do is unlatch.
Oh, absolutely.
And then fill up.
That is one of the things that's kind of funky with this one, because it does attach to your gas tank. So that long trip to North Carolina that I did. Every time I got gas, I did have to, it's very simple. It's all magnets. So, like, you pull that red strap and it just pops off. But you do have to remove that every time you get gas. So, it's just, like, to me, though, I'll gladly do that.
I think the older I get, the more, like, I see that. Like, I ride with my luggage every day in case I need, like, I have to stop at the store.
Yeah, absolutely.
I ride with a backpack, but you know what I used to ride with.
Yeah,
a 30-pound bag of crap.
Yeah, just everything. But at least now your motorcycle can hold it.
I still ride with a backpack, but this guy.
This new we're gonna stay. Our next thing is book bags.
Yes.
/ hydration pouches.
So, I have two backpacks now that I don't ride without, and that's the Kriega Trail 9.
That's what this guy.
And that's what this guy is right here. It is a 9 total liters of space. I think there's 4 liters in here. This is a dry bag section with removable washer liner. And then the actual pouch side up here is 5 liters. And it holds a hydration pack, which you have in there.
I got a hydration pack. You guys can see
the routes through there. So it forces you to think about what you're taking in your backpack.
Yeah.
But it also has
this thing expands a lot.
Yeah.
Though.
So when I stop and get drinks in the morning.
Yeah, you always have to poked out of that thing.
The other one I have is the Climb, the knapsack, knappack that I have that I took to Mojave. And that one's got a little more features that are more like snowmobile stuff. So it has like a goggle pouch, but it's a hard shell goggle pouch. It's got like a place for poles and stuff for checking like the probe.
Yeah, that thing's got weird shit all over it.
But it's also super small, compact, and it forces you to like, okay, I only keep a few things. I keep an extra set of gloves and my sunglasses and that maybe a few other small items.
Right.
And that's it. And it's mostly for the water.
Yeah. So I will say...
And anything else, I put in my fucking luggage.
Well, so kind of going back to that back situation with me, I have that Villamachi bag, and there was actually a comment on a first ride the other day of why I don't wear the Villamachi anymore. I do wear the Villamachi, but like I have to be very selective when I wear that because it has to be a short distance.
Pretty much just wear it on.
I wear it so I
press
mostly wear
launches.
that from there where I have to take a lot of camera gear with me, or I wear it from home to here.
Yeah.
Because it's like 20-30 minute drive. It's not that big of a
Yeah.
deal.
But
if I'm riding all day, this guy all day. Hydration packs. Even if
This
you're
thing
on
is
road,
bulletproof too, by the way.
yeah, so all Kriega stuff.
I took a somersault in
Yeah,
South
you
Dakota. I did a ninja roll.
You did, and that bag was like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
But seriously, guys, one of the things I don't think we think about a lot when we're riding, especially like whether it's off road or like touring, when we did the Iron Butt, you got to stay hydrated, and like it's
sure, I got
annoying.
heat
It's
exhaustion.
annoying as shit to like have to stopping and get gas. Not a big deal because you want to stretch your legs anyway.
Yeah.
But at least for me, when I'm doing a long distance thing, I don't want to do the whole like take my helmet off and go inside and get a drink and come back out. But having all of this, I can take a sip. I can just get a shit ton of water at one time,
Yeah.
and I don't have to go in. I really prefer that. And when you're off road and you're out and about, you don't have the option of like I'm just stopping at the gas station and get a smart
Yeah.
water.
Well,
So
actually, well, we'll leave it. So there's a there.
never mind.
If you're off road, carrying extra water on the bike is also a good idea.
Right.
And I've got Sea to Summit. I think it's called a pack tap.
Okay.
It's 4 liters, and it is basically it's this manta ray looking bladder,
Yeah.
and the cap comes off.
Oh, that little thing you were showing me
Yeah.
earlier. Gotcha.
It's 4 liters, and it's got Hypalon straps at each corner, so you can strap it down over your gear on the
Okay.
back. And
So it's kind of modular, and that you can just
you can
attach
strap it
on
wherever
stuff.
you need to strap
Yeah.
it. But the cool part about it is, say if you've emptied your like camel pack or whatever you're using,
Yeah.
that pack tap, when you unscrew the top, you just push up, and it's like a tap.
Yeah.
And so you can fill your water bladder straight
That's
from
pretty
that.
cool. So
And
that
then-
would be an additional water
Yeah.
on top of that if you knew you were
Because I
going
wish
to
I
be
had
away
had
for a while.
more, because we were carrying like just bottles of smart water to like refill,
Right.
and that's cumbersome.
Yeah, I do feel like for our ADV bros, mostly the second day, like we probably needed more water than we had. But like
the first day that
Was
we
it
were,
the first day was
the
really
first
bad?
day that we were we were out.
one day was bad.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
We both I had heat exhaustion. I was pretty close to like
Yeah,
be-
we were
needing-
not doing a good
needing
job.
medical attention.
We found out really quickly how important staying hydrated was on ADV. Or
yeah. I
get on
legitimately
ADV
I was
Fest
pretty
Day.
close to medical attention.
I've
level.
never seen you that like oh shit, Bo's fucked up right now.
I literally could not. I felt like I could not breathe and I was going to pass out.
Yeah, it was.
It was not good.
I
Stay
remember
hydrated.
looking at you and I was like,
oh shit.
I'm not sure what to do right now, but
Oh no, my boy.
yeah, but in the even worse thing is we were at fucking Sturgis, so it was
Yeah.
just like I don't know if he's going to be able to be helped right here. So one thing you mentioned just a second ago in the book bags was that you use your book bag to carry your sunglasses.
Yeah.
I want to take this opportunity to talk about sunglasses because I don't know about you, I do not ride without sunglasses.
I've got my drop down on my
So you have-
on
yeah,
my
so
ADV
you're-
helmet.
you're
but when
totally different.
But on my regular helmet, always.
Well, and this also goes. There's caveats. When I'm recording, I always have my shield down because, like, obviously I care about audio more than anything.
Yeah.
But anytime I'm writing and it's not to film, I have glasses. My visor's all the way up and I have my glasses on. I have never. You guys can probably see in my camera. I'll use my white ass background. Look how thin these.
Give him a old bendy boy.
Hold on. My boy. So guys, these are flying eyes. They full transparency, they did send us these, but they are damn near indestructible. You can bend them all the way around. And I've done this multiple times, so I am not even worried that anything is going to happen with these. Because otherwise, why would you do that on a live show?
That'd be
right?
fucking
Because that'd be
hilarious.
fucking terrible. But here's the thing: these things are so thin. They're the only glasses that I've ever used where I don't give a shit about. Does my helmet have that little groove? It doesn't fucking matter because that's so thin.
That company, so Lolly has a set, and they make them to where you can get prescription lenses for them, and then pop on the sunglass part.
Yeah, so
but they're designed for aviators in mind, and
they are, yeah.
And so it fits underneath headsets.
But it's kind of cool because
like
aviators have the helmets on and shit. So us as riders, super cool people have helmets on that are flying. You know what I'm saying?
Is it a leather helmet?
No, it's a fighter pilot helmet. Fighter pilots need sunglasses too, Beau.
But it's mostly designed for small craft.
But those guys have those giant ear things, so they have to.
Yeah,
it has to fit like.
That's what it's designed for.
But it's designed to wear when you have cumbersome shit over your head.
Yeah.
It just happens that they're fucking perfect for motorcycles.
Yeah.
So
because there's only a couple of companies that they're the helmet companies whose cheek pads are designed. Like,
there's very few. They got little grooves and stuff.
Mine are like this. They're wedges.
Yep.
And so it slips in real nice because I used to have glasses. And so I'd have to have a helmet.
Now you have laser eyes.
Yes. Now I've Star Trek my eyes into better shape. But
Utopia.
I would have to get a helmet that had the little like tapered section because otherwise that shit in my fucking temple.
Bro, you can't. No. You cannot do a pair of sunglasses that have too thick of an area. It will give you the fastest migraine, and you won't be able to keep riding if you keep wearing them. We've had a lot of sunglass companies over the years at this channel. I have never had a company reach out for sunglasses that fit so well with motorcycles. Yeah. So it just happened like that. These are a little expensive. I'm not trying to sugarcoat shit, but with how indestructible they are, that's the only reason I would be okay with having an expensive pair of sunglasses.
Clarification: the lenses are not indestructible.
No, it's just this metal. The frame.
The frame is made
super solid. I have accidentally dropped them and then coincidentally stepped on them right afterwards, and they have lived. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, how much we got left? Well, we're doing good. We're doing okay. So, here's the next thing that I was debating on this because we have, you guys know we film fucking everything here, and these days, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, more than ever, people record themselves riding. Yeah. So I was trying to think of
especially for social media.
But like I'm trying to look for something that people can buy and invest money in and not have to get something else. Because if maybe you're not looking for social media and maybe you're going to work, maybe you're going like just commuting. Do you go with one of these like wire into your motorcycle dash cam things?
The answer is no.
I am personally not a fan of dash cams. I have not found a company that makes them really good yet. But as far as our final thing I want to talk about is recording yourself riding. So the top thing that I can recommend for any of you guys that are riding is the Insta360 X3. Alternatively, the Insta360 X2, it's also a great camera. We've used both. If you've got the cash, the loop recording feature on the X3, you can record. So 360 camera, if you guys aren't familiar, if I record with this camera right now, if I take this little guy off and I hit the record button, it's a 360 camera and it literally records everything from where it is right now. That's cool because it allows us to do some really cool shit after the fact if we're editing a cool video. But for you guys,
it also means, and I think for them, right, that the important part is
records everything.
What we use this for mostly is so that we don't have to stop and set up a shot. Like, I want to look back at me. I want to look over to my right. I want to look over there. You have one camera that does all of those things, and you get to choose after the fact, which is beneficial if you're just using it for security purposes.
Yep.
Because then you can be like, well, I know that person, it was a hit and run, and I didn't have my camera facing that way, but with a 360, it's like, oh, you can just pan over. But it's also good if you want to get creative with your shots and like share those, because you literally set it in a place where it can see everything that you want it to see.
Yep.
We usually put it on our handlebar.
Most people that I see put it on
like
the handlebar and they put it in front of their motorcycle.
Yeah.
Or behind them. Behind them is cool, but in front of you is really easy because you can access it.
Yeah.
As far as key points for why I'm recommending this, super rugged design. It is waterproof, so you can ride through rain. It's dive proof up to like 8 feet or something like that, or
8 meters.
8 meters, whatever it is. Hopefully,
like
if it's on your
20 feet,
motorcycle, your motorcycle's not going to go into a fucking lake. But super rugged design. The reason I like the X3 more than the X2, I did a whole review on this. If you guys are in the market for a 360 camera, please go watch the review. Don't just go off of what I'm telling you here. There's a lot more information there. This thing is the easiest 360 camera I've ever used to actually use. I'm talking helmet on, sunglasses on, I got my gear on, it's hot, I'm gonna be annoyed easily. I have no problem using this.
Editor's note.
Say what?
Editor's note.
Yep.
It is if you were doing something serious with it, like putting it into a YouTube video.
A YouTube video where you really care about your quality.
Yep, and you want to have full control over it, pulling it into a nonlinear editor like Premiere or Final Cut or Resolve.
Yep.
Is a pain in the ass, and it's not fun. However,
well, so it's not a pain in the ass. It adds extra steps, which is frustrating.
To me, is a pain in the ass.
I just want to clarify.
So you have to process it through their software to be able to pull it in, or use a plugin that they offer that they don't support that sometimes doesn't work.
But then you can't get if
you don't get the stabilization, you don't get the blah blah blah.
You do have to use their app. You have to render out the 360 footage reframed as ProRes 4K.
Having said that,
but the quality is
having said that,
totally worth
if you are just doing this for like social media or whatever, and if you just use the app that they provide,
they have a phone app.
They have a phone app that's great. Their desktop app is fine, as long as you're just exporting straight to there and you're not adding extra steps by pulling it into an editor. It's fantastic. Doing this shit on your phone is,
I would say 90% of the guys watching this are going. The SD card is never gonna leave the camera.
Yeah. You'll film something, go into your app, reframe it. You can do the snap edit where you're basically the camera operator in virtual space.
Oh, that's the coolest shit. So yeah, you go into here and you can literally you bring it up on your phone, and even if I had the camera not moving, I could be in that little editor that Beau was talking about. God, I could be looking at Beau like this. And then I can move my phone, and all the gyro data in your phone goes to the camera, and you pan the shot.
Yeah,
it's nutty as shit.
And then you edit together. Their app lets you pick, like, you can do music and all, and then you just upload it directly.
Yeah, 90% of the people never going to grab
amazing
footage off.
You can tell this has been designed for people who do
Instagram Reels and TikToks,
social media or short form content, because it is so tight when you use it that way. It is a little cumbersome using it in a more produced environment, but this has become like, we've actually been using these a lot more lately.
We've never used 360 cameras more than when we got the X3, but the cool thing is, and the reason I recommend this for as a recording device for motorcyclists, is because the 360 camera is the way to go if you're doing TikTok and Instagram content, but with being able to capture everything, now if anything happens on the road, like, I love the quality out of a GoPro. It's the reason they're on the front of my helmet. The quality doesn't change, but the only reason I use a GoPro on the front of my helmet is because I want you guys watching my videos while I'm riding to feel like me. I can only see in one direction. But if I want a do-it-all camera, because this one of the cool things you can do with this camera is, I think you guys probably saw it a second ago, there's a lens on the front, and then I'll do it like this. There's a lens on the front, lens on the rear. It's got, I think it's single lens mode, where it basically turns one of the lenses off and it treats it just like a GoPro. It exports a regular GoPro-like file in MP4.
I'm also pretty sure that there are certain microphones that they have their little adapter.
They do
for a microphone too, so you can use this as a.
So we got ours a little ahead of time to do the review, and at that time they didn't have the motovlog.
You could use the single cam mode and chesty.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, like, if you're buying one camera, you buy this guy. You literally could, like, we could shoot everything we need to shoot with that camera.
Being able to switch the camera mode just from right here,
so legit,
is pretty. That's pretty smart design.
I will say again, like, this goes with a few of the other things. This is one of the things that it is a little expensive. I don't remember the exact price. I want to say $450, but
still cheaper than a GoPro. just want to point that out. It's still cheaper than
the
a GoPro.
quality is fantastic. I've never liked a 360 camera more than this camera.
Yeah.
I feel really good about it. I feel really good about recommending that to you guys. If you don't have that much cash, the X2 does a solid job as well.
Cameras in general, right?
Sorry.
Cameras in general are a good thing to have, not just for like capturing what you're doing, but it's also for like safety's sake. I used to run with a GoPro running facing forward.
Yep.
It was like attached to my handlebar facing forward.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much every time I went to work.
Yeah.
And that's because, we're in Atlanta.
Yep.
People are dumb and really impatient.
I imagine most cities that are big that you're commuting in and out of.
Yeah.
It's more like it's a safety thing.
Yeah. There was an incident where someone wrecked because they were zipping in and out of traffic, and I was in the HOV lane where I'm not one of those guys that was like, I know.
Oh, you don't use the HOV lane to pass?
No matter what vehicle I'm in, I go, well, I know that I need to be in this lane because my exit 10 miles away is going to come off of this. So I'll merge in, I'll be where I need to be. I'm in no fucking rush. So I'll, in the morning, go to work. I hit the HOV lane. This person came, and they were zipping in and out of traffic. I could see them. And they zipped into the HOV lane to pass. And when they did that, I guess they saw me as they were passing, panicked, pulled back, caused a wreck. And then the cop that showed up was like, they're saying that you like zipped into them and caused them to wreck. And I was like, well, let's roll back the footage.
Let's roll the footage, John.
And I showed it to them, and they just fucking took them to jail.
Well, so like that's the thing, because like if something happens, like obviously when wrecks happen, sometimes you can tell based on the damage what happened. But there's a lot of the times where it's a like he said versus she said bullshit. And the second you have any sort of footage, the whole now this is predicated on the fact that it wasn't you, right? Like if you run into somebody, your footage isn't gonna help you at all.
I mean, I will say this: even if you're at fault in an accident, like having footage is going to make your life a lot easier when dealing with your insurance company and they're dealing with anybody's lawyers or anything, because it's just, even if it's your fault, having footage of it can help you.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be fucked because you did it, so you might as well cover your ass so they don't try to... Like, when I was like 17, I was traveling along a road. It was like an arterial road, and a lady came out of a neighborhood, didn't stop at a stop sign, and rammed into my car, spun it around.
Yeah.
Because I was 17, I got a ticket for failure to yield.
So a situation where if you would have had a dash cam type setup,
and that bitch, my car was so destroyed. Her like brand new Malibu had like a dent on it, and all 16 of her airbags went off. And then like 3 months later, she's like, "Oh, my neck!" And
at least she got punched in the face with air.
I'm just like,
yeah, you're a pinball.
No, my head slammed against the steering wheel of my Pontiac Grand Am GT like 13 times because my airbag, I guess, hadn't been replaced since the last time that it was off. So I could have died. I had to crawl out my trunk.
You have too many like you should have died stories, like your plumbing story.
You don't have half of it, man.
Good God.
Yeah, but like
the whole point.
As far as cameras go, though, like I don't think I've ever asked this question. Do you use GoPros because there's other cameras out there that are really good?
Yeah.
Why GoPro?
You're talking like these days?
Yeah.
I use GoPros because despite having sometimes bullshit, I feel like the quality is the best of any action camera, and they are relatively consistent, and I am invested into their ecosystem.
Okay.
Meaning all the mounts and all. I have, how many GoPro batteries do we have for the 10, 9, 8, not really 7 because we've kind of pushed that out now, but action cameras are honestly a thing where like they lock you into a system. That's why GoPro doesn't modify their accessories as often as they do their cameras, because they know it's kind of like my camera, like my photo camera. I'm shooting on Canon. I want to shoot on Sony, but the amount of money it would take to sell my shit and go Sony, I'm just like, I'll just deal with my cameras overheating all the time. You know what I mean? Like, GoPro has me locked in. Generally, I'm happy with them. Every now and then, like there was like a month ago, I came back from a first ride, no video. Yeah. Even though everything happened correctly, I do this all the time.
What would it take for a camera, an action cam, to pull you away?
I honestly, battery life might be, maybe. It probably not though, because like my batteries last an entire first ride, which is our longest GoPro run, right? So battery life's not really a thing. Qualities, I cannot imagine a camera looking better, because I don't need it to look better. If we're going to be honest,
well, yeah, because
first rides look better than I see.
We've used the 1-inch sensor, and arguably it has a better image coming out of the 1-inch sensor of the Insta.
There's some weird sharpness stuff though, I think maybe that's time.
I think that's just an in-camera setting that we haven't.
Oh,
changed.
actually, I do know. It's a the GoPro Super View is wide enough to be able to get the shot I want.
The 11's got the new like hyper view, which is like, or hyper super view.
I don't need anything more than super view.
Like,
I haven't seen that. It's everything.
I was just curious because I've never asked. I loved my Sony cam back in the day, the Sony Action Cam. I loved that thing.
The kind of like bar looking one.
Great and low
I never
light.
loved the form factor.
It was great and low light. I hate the form factor.
Very interested with the new DJI thing.
The DJI Action 3.
Yeah,
it does look good. I just think if so, we've used some of the cheaper ones too. So if you want something for just security and you're not like putting videos out, you can get one of those like Yi action cams.
You can,
and it's like,
I just don't know if I'd want to invest the money in those, because I have had, like, I went through a period where I tested a lot of those, and some of them just literally stopped working just because.
Interesting.
So you got to have that worry. Final accessory. What is one accessory that you that we did not mention and we don't have here that you have to have?
Ooh, I'm trying. Straps.
What kind of, like, just general straps?
You saw it when you went and grabbed my tool roll. I have a couple of cam straps in the side bag, and I've got my cam straps that I have my camping bag in. Or a net. I'll sometimes keep a cargo, like a bungee net.
Right.
Something that, like, when we came back from Tennessee, from SMORTCon, I was like, I am not wearing these fucking boots all the way back.
Yep. I do remember
I was like, I was done. So I wrapped my Proteus protector and around my boots, and then I took my cam straps and I strapped them to my luggage rack. And I was like,
so straps.
Yeah. And
straps are like zip, or they're like big zip ties. Yeah. They are.
You simple bitch.
I am. But no, for real though, they're like zip ties. You never know when you need them.
I love that. You know, cam straps, they're just like big zip ties.
I mean, they do be like that.
Yeah.
So straps
having
super important.
Having
you never know when you need them.
Well, so something else is like when you're camping and stuff, and like you never leave anything. So you bring it in, you take it out. Includes trash, and so having something like a cargo net, you can just throw the bag of trash on the
cargo net's a good idea. Yeah. I would say, thinking back to that MT10 trip I took, a motorcycle lock. I know we're about to do that big video about motorcycle locks, but I was at Asheville, North Carolina. I was at a nice hotel. You know, Yamaha put us up in a nice place, but
bike security is important.
You never know who's gonna be.
Bike security is important.
Yeah, so Beau got his tool shit stole recently.
That's why this is a thing.
Yeah.
It's because I got mine stolen. My locks are at my house right now.
I would say a motorcycle lock, especially if you're going to places you've never been before.
I'm taking one this weekend.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, you literally were like, hey, which lock can I take? If you guys are in the if you're in the market for a motorcycle lock, I will tell you, wait. I think our video is going to come out on Thursday because we're filming it on Monday, so that'll be fun. Oh no, we're gonna do a really big security lock video. I would honestly wait for that to see. We don't know yet. We haven't filmed it, so we don't even know which ones are gonna hold up the most. Wait for that video so we can really see which one. Like, and they cover the gamut of like $15 to like hundreds of dollars. So we should have a much better understanding of like, where should you invest your money?
There's some beefy bitches over there.
There are some beefy bitches. So wait till next week if you're looking for a motorcycle lock. We got the cut and wheel charging. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Bury the lead.
So I want to cut to my screen, but my computer's not responding to me moving it around. So let me see if me taking this cheap-ass Amazon charger off will help it. It will. It won't. I think I might have killed my laptop. Okay, so...
What happened?
I don't... Hold on. Let me see if I can go into Discord and... Okay, Discord's working. It's just Milo Note.
I was seeing if I had an HDMI.
No, we're okay. The computer might die, but so guys, the last couple minutes...
no, plug it back in now that worked. That was not the thing.
Well, now it's dead.
You didn't... You plugged it back in.
I'm pretty sure it was ruining my battery.
What do you have it plugged into over there?
The power thing on my dock that I typically have it powered
Okay,
in.
so we can't show... I asked for so many memes!
Wait, hold on. Is there any way to do this on my phone? Let me see if I can pull Discord
hold on.
up. Oh no, we've ruined it. Yes! This is so pathetic. Oh my god. What am
Go to my screen.
Oh my god. Hold on. Talk us through what you see. I'm gonna zoom in on the cam.
No, what you have to do, first off, let's make this bigger. I'm in tablet mode, so...
There you go, bud.
Alright. It's a fucking shit show. I want you to read it. I want you to read that.
Between two bones. Oh no. Between two
Oh, the glare. The glare. Turn that light off. Turn that light off.
Wait.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Jesus
nope,
Christ.
it's back. It's back. Turn it off.
God.
Turn it off. Just turn it off or move it or do something. No, there's still a line. It's light. It goes everywhere.
It's like the 360 camera.
Just turn it off.
Okay.
There we go.
So sorry.
You're gonna.
Jesus, what a fucking shit show
Alright.
this has turned into. Smart.
What does it say to the people?
When you're
That's not
tired.
focused on this.
Okay, when you're tired from building a podcast booth. Me last week.
Yeah, we were.
Okay, this is a meme. Beau, we should build a podcast booth. Fam, I got an idea.
Hey!
Oh my god. All right, you read them. You read them for a second. I'm gonna lock focus.
All right, hold on. Lock the focus. We're professionals.
Hold on, get the screen thing off.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
We're finally back.
I need you to tap.
Okay,
On
okay.
the thing.
All right, there's that. Can you read that?
No.
Oh my god. Beau says you should build a podcast booth. I say, fam, I got an idea, and it's Ducat. I can't even tell what that is.
It's a bike shed.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
Yeah.
That's more of that.
Click on the next.
All right, next up. Bro, I need a torque wrench. It looks like me from Staples. That's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah, click on the
I don't
empty
know how to write
space.
this.
Yeah, that's fine. HughesNet.
Who is
Internet.
that? Oh, yeah. Just shitty net is what we have, clearly.
Yeah.
Smart bar. Bro, if you should make nature bars. You probably shouldn't.
No.
Yeah, they
it's
taste
just
like
garbage.
One's a Reuben flavored.
It's just garbage that tastes like peanut butter.
Oh my god. All right, it's me and Beau from last week. We got text bubbles. Chase says, what should we put back here? Goonie had a good idea. What was Goonie's idea? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Goonie, what was your idea? Let us know in the comments.
Because I have truncated a lot of information.
And now Goonie's idea for the pod. Oh, this is the idea.
Okay.
A tribute to local content creators. Okay, I assume the next thing. Donkey Kong Doug. Hey, it's me. Yay!
That's not you.
That's not me?
No.
Dude, that is me.
That's not you.
This little guy is me.
Where? Oh! Fuck, I could not see that.
It's little me! All right. Oh, God. Here we go.
Yanto.
Got a little Yanto shout out.
Noise.
Hold on. Here we go. I can't read that. When Donkey Kong Doug finally gets... It looks like... a Trials bike. Oh, shit. Dude, people that do Trials bikes are terrifying. Mm-hmm. Those are the tiny little bikes?
Yeah.
Bro, you can go fuck yourself with that. I would kill myself so quickly.
Yeah.
This says, when that stator got fixed, though. Wait, Ghost, is the stator fixed?
Yeah.
Yeah! That's right, baby! Woo!
Nice.
All right, look, we're going to scan through these really fast. Oh, God, thank you. Somebody made green you. That's great. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God, how much more? Bo, there's so many of these.
Yeah, good.
But it's already like 6:05.
Keep
okay,
going.
Look. There's this. Find your resting place. Oh, my God. Well, oh, my Jesus Christ. What are you doing? What are you doing?
This is the shit I had to deal with. At 6 o'clock hits.
I'm sorry, guys. I really enjoy spending time with my wife, and it's past
every
6.
day at 6
I gave you guys till 6:05. Okay, listen. If you have an amazing woman, always go home at 6 o'clock. Here's the thing. Love you guys long time. All right, so that was a fun show.
Yeah.
That was a really fun show. I really love this set. Can I say that? I know that we haven't built it out yet, but being able
Sorry
to have
about the prison wall behind us.
guys, we're gonna work on the prison wall.
Stop touching your mic.
I didn't mean to. I really enjoy the set. I feel like me and you get to have much better conversations when I can actually look at you and I'm not like, hey, bro, what's going on?
That's fair.
So you guys, thank you guys for watching Live on Two Wheels. We're going to get out of here. If you guys want to make comments, make sure to go on the Live on Two Wheels videos YouTube channel. That is the only place the comments will live forever. The Chase on Two Wheels video goes unlisted afterwards. So go over there, leave comments. We will be responding to them. And if you guys enjoyed the show, let us know. If you guys have any accessories that we might have missed, I saw some of you guys making comments. We'd love to hear them. You know, help the other people out that are watching the show. Leave the accessories that you guys find the most useful in the comments. If you guys want to listen to it, it's over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We will be back live next week, 4:30 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
No later.
No later. I want to do another Path to Upgrade. I love doing Path to Upgrade, so it'll be cool to do that. If you guys have never seen a Path to Upgrade, it's basically, we'll do a community post over on Chase on Two Wheels and on Live on Two Wheels. You guys will tell us your entire motorcycle history, and then me and Bo get to decide your path to upgrade for your next 3 motorcycles, and we have to bring arguments for why it should be a multi-strada. All right, guys, I'm Chase on Two Wheels. That's my buddy Bo, and we will see you guys next week. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Oh, my God. God, we need to get out of here quickly. Bye, y'all.
That's a ghostly fart.
A ghostly fart as well.